Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Today I'm in Nullsec here, in my Nullsec campaign character, and I'm thinking what is the next thing to do here? Some things I was thinking we could do here is to do progress in terms of ratting. Definitely something I want to do, considering to buying a Gila, for example, or even a rattlesnake I think would be a best option, because a rattlesnake is a pretty powerful ratter. Then again, we could also have a marauder, a golem, for example, or even a Kronos. So all these kind of options is stuff I'm considering. Could maybe start small and then work our way up. Right now I'm using the Hawk to just earn some basic income, using it to do the T2 Darks. It goes pretty smoothly. You can also check, something I want to check also is that if there's any potential of us being able to mine. Because if we're able to mine, then it means that we can get some like very AFK kind of income. So if we go with, for example, we've got some Gristers attacking us. Let's see now if we can use something such as a Procurer or more Hulk. Hulk is a very expensive, or like a high tier mining, so maybe a Machinor. They don't sell any of these. Not Machinor, that's Tech 2 variant. We have got these rats engaging us, thinking that they're trying to attack us, but it seems like they're switching to different players in their vicinity. Procurer is good for high-sec mining because it's got really good HP, but to be honest, when we're null-sec, then it's probably better to go somewhere with more yield, because in the high-sec you want to resist gankers, but here if you're going to get caught in a Procurer or something like a Retriever, you're still going to die. So it could be better just to go for more yield. What is the price here? 75 million. Oh, whoa. What about Covetor? A little bit cheaper, 44 million. Retriever, 75. Okay, perhaps a Covetor might be an option. I'm able to use a Covetor. I think I am, because it says yeah. It could definitely be an option. Inspired Industrial, that's a pretty cool looking skin. Requirements. Improve with Expert System. Okay, this could be used to improve ourselves temporarily. Unfortunately, just temporarily. Where's our mining barge skill? Only level 1. So we could improve upon that. Perhaps get a Covetor and start mining. That could be fun. No, we can't. Further away 1,000 kilometers from an Athena. Okay. See if we can make it safe. Actually, I think we might already have one. Never mind, we don't have one. So we could actually try training our mining barge skills. Mining barge. Then we can get some more mining potential on our character. Mining connections. Deep core mining. That's only if you're using deep core miners, but I don't think we're going to be using that. Just basic strip miners.
Warp drive active.
So we could put mining barge level 5, in fact, somewhere here along the lines. Perhaps down here. Can even apply some skill points to train to level 2. Who's in the Hawk? Okay. Use this dark filament and get to work. Do a quick little T2. Activate filament. Okay, great. Bunch of FV outers should be pretty easy. Just have to blitz them down with the Scourge Rage. Go primarily for these dissipators just because of their neuting capabilities. You can lock that by a commutative cash up as well. Let's go, Hawk! That's great, these guys are really close to us, so we don't have to worry too much about them getting out of our missile range. And volume is very loud. Turn it down a bit. Oh, now he's out of range though. We can always just stick close to the gate and then we'll be able to probably have them and keep them in range. Sometimes the NPCs like to be a bit stubborn and just keep at range. 2.9 million? Yeah, that guy went down quickly when we were in range. Oh, he tanks so good. Look at that tank. Barely have to shield boost now at max shields. Because this hybrid Hawk has a good passive recharge as well as shield boosting capabilities. And decent resists against sleepers as well because of the really good EM resist. Not really good, but we've got an EM shield amp that helps a lot. They have crazy Thalm resist because of the natural Tech 2 Kaldari resists. Okay, just taking out these sleepers. Easy, easy. I really appreciate the simple life of just using a little basic ship like this and earning decent ISK. It feels great. Just cheap little ship. Earning decent ISK, doing a decent level of activity like T2 solo. It's not an easy feat to accomplish as a frigate. You usually have to have somewhat expensive ships at least to do that. But this cheap ship, cheapo Hawk, gets the job done pretty smoothly. Okay, now that they're close, we can just blast missiles. Continue peppering them with missiles. Okay, next one. What was our range? It was 15, 13. Okay, we need to get a bit closer. They wanted to keep their sweet range, these Ephialtis. Need to get a little closer. Now they wanted to run away as soon as I get close. Let's go for Ephialtis over here. It's hard to hit, I think, because they're going pretty fast. I should move the velocity marker closer so I can actually see their speed, yeah. It's quite important to be able to see their speed so you know how quick they are going. If they're just going at unreasonable speeds, you're never going to really apply. And it's also good to know if they're in a tachyon cloud, because they could sometimes be in a tachyon cloud. You know that, okay, I have to watch out because the tachyon cloud border is probably over there. Especially when you're in a frigate in a dark site, tachyon clouds are extremely deadly because they can just chuck you out of the arena in no time. Let's go towards that transfer conduit. Great. Okay, next room. Basic components: small shield booster, compact one, Tech 2 afterburner, Tech 2 rocket launchers. Simple. Devoted Knights. Okay, these guys are deadly. Need to be very tactical here. Yeah. We'll go with Scourge Javelin. Orbit this guy at 15 kilometers. And we'll go for these Devoted Hunters. You take them out fast. The Devoted Knight is going to do the majority of the damage, but as long as we orbit at a decent range, we should be alright. Smith can newt us. Devoted Knight 15 kilometers. Need to just keep out of range of the Devoted Knight's newt, because he's got a very powerful newt if you're in close. And we're not going to be able to hit properly with Rage, I believe. So that's why I'm going with Javelin. And Javelin is also useful for taking out the Devoted Knights as well. Okay, Devoted Hunter. He does a bit of damage. He's more like a DPS frigate. Yeah, you see, we'll orbit the Devoted Knight. It's pretty simple. What is this? Minus 30% optimal range. They do have a bit worse optimal range than usual in the dark side. Smith, going to be neuting as well. It's great that we've got the Javelin, because we can hit a bit longer range. Like, see here, 16 kilometers we can still hit. Okay, do it, Smith. And it's good that we're boosting just so we have max shields. In case we take a big wrecking shot from the Devoted Knight, we'll be able to at least survive it. Because if we just let, okay, whatever, we're not taking so much damage, just let our shields just drop a bit. High risk of getting annihilated when you're like low shields in a wrecking shot. Because this thing has no armor. Okay, let's go for this Smith. And we can actually switch over to Rage. It is risky, but we can do that just to be a bit more efficient. We can switch over to Rage and orbit close. Only issue is we'd have to be very careful not to take too much damage, because this guy will newt us out if we are at 500. So we could already start orbiting at 500. And eventually we'll get neuted out. But since we're so close, it should be alright, because we will be able to resist the newts, hopefully. We could orbit maybe 7.5. You see here, look, the newts increase drastically the closer we are. But he misses completely. So we do not need to use our shield booster now that we've got like no damage incoming. And he's also got a web. I forgot about that. The web is also important to take into consideration. We could orbit maybe a little bit further away, 10 kilometers. Only issue is we're going to be out of our rocket range then. But this is the great thing about the Hawk. Even though we'll get neuted out, we're still going to be able to hit with our missiles, and we'll also be able to tank somewhat, because basically half of our HP per second is from passive recharge from our shields, because we've got decent shields because we've got a shield extender. See here, we've got active defenses and then passive defenses, and then this is the shield booster, 21 HP per second, and the passive recharge from our like medium shield extender. So look, we've got like drained, neuted out. Just do a bit of a cycle with the afterburner just to get some extra speed, and we're back in business. Hardly taking any damage from this guy. So easy. Easy. This guy is super easy. It's not at all difficult. You just have to be a bit tactical how you use it. If there's 2 devoted knights, it completely changes everything because they're going to hit you hard. So there I'd prefer to be at range with the javelin missiles. But if you've got 1 and a bunch of frigates, take out the frigates, then you're able to orbit closely without having to worry about getting annihilated by the frigates. Okay, great. I also did this along the same wave a long time, or not same way, but like Sancho waves a long time ago with knights, and it was a bit more difficult because there was 2 devoted knights. But it was also, my feel was slightly different. I think I had a bit worse EM resist, and I had worse afterburner, but a little bit better shield booster. I think it helped going for more speed and more EM resist to tank a bit better, even though our shield booster is a little bit less. But I think in the overall, it made the increase in speed and the increase in EM resist did better than just having a couple of extra HP per second from the shield booster, because I had a Tech 2 shield booster before. Okay, last wave. What do we have? A bunch of rogue drones. Roguey drones. Super simple. Okay, they're going super fast now that they got Tachyon Cloud speed boosting them to us. Medium range multi-body tracking power. Okay. You could use a javelin, to be honest, but I think that you're still able to use rages on the rogue drones, I believe. Damavic's better with javelin usually. Rogue drones, I think, is better with rage still. The thing is, when you're in the dark side, their velocity is really high. Even if they're close to you, they've got such good speed that they can sort of outrun your missiles. Something you have to be really careful about, because you'll have that problem with Damavix a lot. You'll notice that, well, what the heck, why am I not hitting with Damavix? Because you're using rage missiles. Use javelins, even though they do like half the DPS, they do more damage because of how little is actually applying to those Damavix. Okay, let's just go to the origin conduit, and we will then sit here for a bit. Where's our ISK balance? 400 million. So we can afford a Gila. That is something we can afford. It is a bit expensive though. Maybe we could go for a Covet or a Procure. I think it would be fun to do some chill mining. And probably there's people with Orcas who can boost us. I'm not sure how mining operations are here with the Brave Empire or the Brave Collective in Nullsec. We'll see. Something I'm also thinking of doing is doing trading. I mentioned this before, but like trading stuff, bringing stuff from high sec here and selling it for a bit of a profit. That actually is also something that I think will be very fun. And it'll also be a bit difficult, it'll not be too easy. But it will be profitable and it will be fun, but it can be deadly as well. If we're moving stuff through wormholes, for example, and get caught on the way, I can lose a bunch of profit just like that. Reload a bit. Reload a bit. Launch these missiles. Great. Ember Needle Tesla. Yeah, these guys, okay, it seems like the rockets work well, and it also is probably because they're really close to us because of the reduced optimal range due to the dark side and them not going extremely fast. So our rockets are able to hit them still decently. I still think they could apply more, because I think it's because they've not got a very good like signature application capability in them, just like all raged variants of missiles are. But I still think it's more damage than Javelin. Okay, let's see if we've got gankers on the outside here. No gankers, great. Alright. Let's dog back up in the home keep. So a quick T2 site here. Thinking a little bit what is the future of Nullsec adventure. I definitely think that we should explore rafting, because finding DD sites in Nullsec, 10 out of 10s, oof. That is so good. So good. But then there's, oh, are there red people? No, okay, this is just a red fortress. And then I think that you could perhaps explore mining and then also trading. I think it would be interesting to just do some basic havens and just see if we can get some good loot, some commander spawns, maybe some decent ticks, some good escalations. It could be interesting to see what we get, or if we can find some basic fits that are pretty cheap will work well. Because here I'm also having to think a little bit about my budget, so I don't have an unlimited budget here with this character. I'm trying to keep it as little as possible injected from my main. That's it, just a quick little bit of quick PvE in Nullsec. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.